Hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. Alright, it is time to hit the ground running because all the events have come back around for the most part now in the refresh for the week. So now we can complete more tasks. Starting with the Fang and Talon. We have more tasks available again on this one. Most of the ones I have left are Fractured Plane runs, which is fine. Still kind of leery about going in there because possible gear deletion still ongoing. I don't know if they've hashed that out. I didn't have any trouble myself, mind you, when I did it on Druid recently, but this time around I will be on my Wizard, and I think you automatically turn you into Druid to run the Fractured Plane, which is whatever. So there's that, but nonetheless I have to do a full 12 levels at least on this one, so there's that to complete. But then also what I wanted to point out here, there's a lot of synergy and you can knock this stuff out really fast, which is kind of the goal here, and what I want to drive home is the main point. We have where to go? We had, I think, complete bounties. Yeah, here they are. Complete 4 bounties came back around, so that was nice. All you have to do is complete them. I want to say this first because you don't have to turn them in, you just have to complete them. And I'll stress the fact on that right now, because on Immortals, of course, not so much Shadows. Shadows is a different ball of wax. I think Shadows you might have to turn them in for them to get credit for your weekly goals. As you can see here in the weekly goals, not that. As you see here in the weekly goals, of course, for the most sigil turn-ins for Immortals, of course, Bounties is one of the ones that gives you 2 sigils. Sigil of Dominance, so that's kind of the ones you really want to focus on at all times. You can usually do, I think, about 5 times in a day for this one before it maxes out, and then you can't complete them anymore. But anyway, we finally unlocked it for the week. It's a fresh new rain, of course, and it took us all the way till Thursday to get these unlocked fully. But I tried to focus on the Monster Essence and the complete 4 bounties. And then these ones you can just acquire, and then when you complete them, you can abandon them off of the list here, right here, and then pick them back up again. I had enough saved up here in my bounty list board, up to 24 maximum, of course. I did a couple turn-ins already because I didn't like the sets that I had. What I tried to look for is any bounties that synergize, so you can make the quickest completion of everything involved where they overlap each other. Now, that is another, like, I guess, tip I want to give here. I found a set here, and I'll show you which ones they are. And they overlap very nicely, so you can knock them out as fast as possible and get credit across the board. So also, another thing that we have that involves your bounties, of course, is the event center. The weekly tasks have reset, as you can see in here, and the one here, complete 20 bounties, 20 of them. Now this one you can also just complete, abandon before you turn them in, and re-pick them up again. So if you only have, like, you know, the 4 or 8 to work with in a day, and you want to try and knock this out all in one day, you can just do this tactic where you pick them up, complete them, it will count as credit, and then you go, and like I said, you go back in there and you abandon on the little icon right here, and you hit abandon, then you pick the same ones all back up again. So now I'm going to show you the case in point with the bounties that I have currently, which are the Frozen Tundra. We have reclaim the village, we have crisis, and so let's just go ahead and do Sharp Fangs. Let's start with Sharp Fangs. It'll teleport me automatically to where I want to start. I like this set that I have, and I'm going to just complete, abandon, complete, abandon, complete, abandon, because this is all right here. Unfortunately, it looks like somebody's already come through here, so I have to keep an eye out for mobs to respawn. The Sharp Fangs are on all the wolves out here, the Prowler Fangs. And it looks like I might have got I think I got I have the ambush as well. So let's go ahead and knock out the fangs first. As you can see, 12 to 20, 14 to 20. Come on, give me some more wolves. That's it. And my slow familiar. Familiars really need a kick in the ass. They really, really do. They can't keep up with us anymore. We have far too much speed on a lot of things where they just don't keep up, and they really need a step up again. All right, so then we got that one done. The other one here we have ambush horrors. I'll get to that in a second. But then we have hunt warped ones, which is now granted, like I said, it doesn't have to be these four. It doesn't have to be these four. I'm just showing this as an example as to why this works so well. Oh, somebody did come through here. Somebody came through here, so I have to keep an eye out. There we go. For these. Oh, hi. Hello, friend. Sorry, but I need this stuff too, so. And that's the other reason sometimes I would turn in other ones. Like I had the spiders, of course, from Cemetery. I would turn that one in just because spiders are kind of a pain. They've reduced the amount you need to do to complete it, which is glorious, but it tended to be a heavily farmed spot forever ago. Not so much anymore, obviously, but that's why I toned it down, and I just turned it in. I'm like, no, I'm not messing with it. So then I picked up a new set. So whenever it comes to the weekly tasks, I tend to hold on to my bounties and just let them kind of just build up. Either for weekly task reasons like this, in this example, so you can pick and choose the ones you want to keep and run over and over again, or to save them up for Hellslayer bounties and do a bunch of those. Now those you have to turn in to get credit for the Hellslayer bounties to be completed. So there's no way of abandoning those, unfortunately, as far as I know anyway. Alright, so we got that one done as well, so moving on. Trying to show how fairly quickly this is going to go. The next one is the ambush. I'm just going to knock these out because stained remains I still need for the week. So any elite packs I find, I go for. And I obviously hit up all the nodes, all the monster essences. There we go. Weekly stained remains have been reached. That's glorious. Knocking things out left and right. Here is the ambush group. There's one. Moving on. I expected There's the next ambush group right here. Come on. There you go. Ambush group is done. And now we need Bale's minions. So, wouldn't you know? Look at this right here. Right here with everything. And it's glorious. One to the other. Two of those almost overlapped the village and the fangs, but everything was within short range. Very quick to get done. I appreciate these a lot, and I like these a lot. So we're just going to go ahead and continue on here and knock these out. But these are the key things to look out for. Again, it doesn't have to be these ones, obviously. If you find a set of bounties that you like, obviously go with them and do this same tactic here. And we're done. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And if I needed some more gems and I felt like doing a hidden lair for monster essences and that stuff, because they tend to drop faster. Oh, look, I got to turn in right now. And that works. Oh, and there's a treasure gobby. All the good things here. And I think I need one more rod light. Hit that node. No luck. All right. So unfortunately, I still need one more rod light for the week. I didn't get it in any of these nodes. I'm going to go ahead and, for the sake of the video here, also, since this is, there's a hidden lair if I so choose to do it, but I don't need it. I'm going to go ahead and do this turn-in. Now, another thing about the turn-ins, if you haven't been keeping track of that as well for the monster essences, we also have the ongoing, right here, collect monster essences to reveal 15 bestiary pages. Now, this one, you don't have to unlock new pages, fortunately, thank goodness, because most of us are capped again. You just have to turn it in, but you have to get the 10 orbs to turn in for this to count. And this is why this was taking me the longest to complete for Chapter 2 in the hero's journey. So we're gonna be at 14 as of right now with this turn in, which is glorious. Now, even though I did the 3 of 3 for the day, I can obviously get more monster essence to turn in again at a 10 stack, and then that will bring me that much closer to completion here. Let me claim this too. I didn't do any dungeons yet. But yeah, now we're at 14 of 15, which is glorious. I like that a lot. And then also that counted towards my Immortal tasks. And that one counted right now for the 2 sigils. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that now. And also the 4 bounties that I completed just now. Didn't turn them in yet. So I can redo them again. Let me go ahead and empty my bag while I'm here. Just to make things simpler.
Nothing like the heat of the
Alright,
forge,
so
eh?
now, of course, what we do now, I don't need the hidden layer, so I'm just going to go ahead and go back. Go back to fake turn in my bounties. I'm going to stop before I do that. Click on the little magnifying glass icon again, of course, and go abandon. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, abandon. Under bounties here, abandon and abandon. There we go. And now I go back to the bounty board. Pick this up again. The 4 that I just completed. And off to the races we go. Hi-ho, right? So there's that. I just wanted to kind of break that down. While we had all these events, like even here, where to go? Tasks. Complete 20 bounty. I was at 16 of 20. Now I am at, this is completed for the week. The weekly task is done. And I didn't even have to turn them in. I can rehash that over and over again, like I said. So I just wanted to point this out for everybody that might not have known. This makes things way, way, way quicker. So you can just knock this stuff out, move on with your day, move on to something else, you know, touch grass, play a different game, what have you. But this is just a very, very quick process here, and it makes it nice that they all synergized so well. Again, look out for whatever bounties that works for you, whichever ones you happen to get, and when you go and do them, you'd be like, man, I got these done really quick, I like them. Once you find those, do this process. That makes it far, far better and expedites quite well, makes it a much more enjoyable experience to knock out all the things all at once, and it's very, very nice. I just happened to find this and I wanted to point that out, make a video on it real quick for everybody that might not have known. Forgotten items, hey, look at that, my weekly stain remains is reached, of course, and yeah, along the process, along the way, of course, touching all the nodes to get the materials for the weekly cap, which is, where are we, by the way, where are we? Down here. I'm at 99%. I do believe it's because the rod light. Yep, it's the rod light crystal. I need one more, so I still have to keep touching nodes while I'm out there doing the bounties and the open world stuff, or do a Terra Rift and hope one drops in there, because that's where I got most of mine this week early on, was from Terra Rifts. I got lucky. They dropped for me whenever I got a chest in there. So, but anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. You know, if this helps you out, cool, that's awesome. Do the YouTube things, of course, then, and like, share, comment, and subscribe, all the good things for the help the channel and the algorithms and all that. YouTube's been really, really weird across the board for everybody, big or small. I've noticed the algorithm's been kind of wonky. It's starting to kind of come back around, I think, but you know, I noticed on my main page some of the stuff that I would look at on my non-signed in page. Mind you, this is what I just do. I have certain things for certain games I have up and, you know, in rotation, and I look at those, and but then I noticed they weren't there anymore, and then I had a whole bunch of like movies stuff posted on the main page, like really, and then some really old ones from like 7-12 plus years ago, and I'm like, is YouTube doing the thing again where they just kind of hit the reset button on the algorithm and then they're just kind of putting out a bunch of random stuff? But it's always usually like, it's usually like movies or anything of like the entertainment space. But then even some of the wrestling stuff that I would have wasn't there anymore. But a little side note at the end of the video here, you know, I don't know if you guys experienced this or not, just a little just a little tidbit of the YouTubes and what was going on for, I've noticed the past couple days or so, or the past week. But anyway, like I said, that affected everybody across the board, big and small. So, but anyway, until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world. Far as always, take care of yourself as best you can. One day at a time, it's all we can do. Until next time, see ya.